Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health.
That's a pala for. Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
This is my favorite story of all time. All right, moving on. You put zombie and you put theory in the title, and I don't want to do it.
Theory zombie Kevin.
Diggnation.com. Hello, welcome to Diggnation episode number 11. I'm Kevin Rose.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Diggnation, of course, covers all the weekly top stories on the social news and technology website, dig.com, digg.com.
Yes, indeed. So, we're in LA.
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah,
all right,
I just forgot what I was supposed to talk about. But
That's because you were on a plane today.
Yes, I was on a plane, and I'm in LA now. And
You're
short
still a
trip.
little sick too, right?
I'm a little sick actually, but let's not start off this way.
Why not? You
I don't
are.
want to say I'm sick.
You are. You're gonna be drinking. Tell them what you're drinking then. Let's go. Let's move on to the beers then, shall we?
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Hold on. I have a little bit of an explanation. Last week, my beer was Tsingtao. Great beer, very good. I had a sore throat at the time.
You said it was very soothing. Actually, you instructed the audience to go out and get some if they had a cold.
If you have a sore throat, I still recommend Tsingtao. It was very soothing.
Yeah.
The problem is not so good for the immune system. So I actually went down even worse, got a little bit more sick. Everybody in our freaking apartment was sick. Anyway, I'm on the road to recovery. I do feel much better.
Good.
But I'm staying away from alcohol until my immune system is like 100%.
Yeah.
So I figured why not try a little O'Doul's. This is a non-alcoholic brew. Don't laugh.
I wanted to say thank you.
What?
Thank you from the audience of Diggnation for, even though you're sick, continuing the traditions of having beers.
Yes, of course. I wanted to give it a try because I've never tried O'Doul's. I always thought...
Does it taste like beer or...
It is beer, right? They just...
No.
I mean, there is alcohol in here. There's 0.5% alcohol by volume.
Oh, you're going to be smashed.
When I was like 16, I tried to buy this stuff because it was like non-alcoholic brew and I thought it'd be fun. Maybe you could drink like 20 and get drunk. Mm-hmm. But they still won't let you buy it because it has 0.5, so you have to drink like 30 of them. But let me try it.
Good without the alcohol?
It's like water almost. There's not a whole lot to it. Give that a... Are you sure I'm sick?
Yeah.
you almost stopped, but
I almost stopped, but then my lips were on it, and I was like, what the fuck is the point of stopping? Excuse me, French.
Dude. Keith had a hard time bleeping out all the stuff from last week. We gotta
Let it go.
I think I missed one.
You probably did. I set out like 20. That was like the secret handshake. The secret code word today, Codes, is fuck. That's horrible.
It's like the Pee Wee Herman show. Like when you say the word, you have to go crazy.
So every time I say it, Keith, Kevin just starts screaming.
No.
Right on the top of your head.
It's not bad though, right?
It's not bad. I can't really remember what it tasted like.
I know. It goes right away. It's like you're like, maybe that might be beer. It's gone.
But that's good. I have to say, this one's kind of growing on me. I bought Samuel Smith's Old Brewery Tadcaster, the celebrated oatmeal stout.
It's funny because you took a sip of this just before we started, and you didn't say it was growing on you. I thought you...
No, I said it tasted like ashtray. But, maybe I'm a fan of ashtray. Because it's going down better now.
Nice. It always takes a little while. Those are strong beers.
And it's funny, because we've been doing Diggnation now 11 weeks. This is our 11th
in a row?
week.
Did we miss a week?
No, we never missed a week.
Really? Wow.
Well, we haven't yet.
Nice.
But I've kind of become a beer snob.
Really?
Yeah, because we have so many cool beers, and we do so many like fancy beer moments. That was horrible. But fancy beer moments, people. That's great. So I just kind of feel like now when I go to get beers, I'm like, I'll get a Chimay, or I'll get a Duvel.
Yeah, well, it's funny how that happens because when you taste these really good like foreign beers and you realize how crappy the beers are that we have here in the States.
Well, some of them were good, like the Boot Ale.
Yeah, I should take that back. Like the microbrews and some of the little specialty beers that we have in the States are really, really good.
Yeah.
It's like the mass-produced like Budweisers and Coors of the world that are just like, I don't know, once you get hooked on the...
I'll tell you one thing.
What's up? You forgot?
No, I'm just kidding. Like when you're out on the beach, 4th of July, you're out on the beach, it's hot, you've been out there the whole time. When you drink an ice cold like Miller Genuine Draft, like an MGD or like a Bud or something, there's a time and a place for a crappy beer.
Yeah?
There is a time.
Well,
and
I like
place.
PBR. Do you like PBR?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
That's good stuff. If you want, I mean, it's not. I mean, it is. I guess it is crappy beer, right? It's considered
like
like
a slogan.
PBR.
There's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place for a crappy beer. That would be awesome if like that was the new ad campaign for Bud. It's like, it's time for a Bud. That's right, people. There's a time and a place for a crappy beer. I don't know if I want to spend so much money. It's time for a Bud.
That's right.
That's freaking
The
awesome.
PBRs are good though. Try them if you haven't.
Dude, Red Stripe. That's a good crap beer.
No, it is not. That's not a crappy beer. That's an expensive Jamaican beer.
Jamaican lager.
Well, the last time I had it, I was actually in Jamaica, and they had 99-cent Red Stripe
Oh, are you
beers.
serious?
I got so drunk, dude. It was crazy. That was my
awesome.
spring break, my
I've never been to
college. I
Jamaica.
only went to spring break once in college, and that was it.
Nice. I never went.
Let's move on.
All right, first story of the day. Here we go. Apple iPod.
What was that? You're like, Apple!
No. It's just my lungs are a little. All right, Apple iPod Nano. 3,697 people dug this story. Submitted by
Wow.
-- He actually has no letters in his name.
I like him. He's
or
good.
numbers. Yeah. He actually does submit good stuff from time to time. All right, take everything you know about the iPod, shrink it. Now shrink it again with 2 gigabytes with 500 songs and 4 gigabytes with 1,000 songs. Models start at $199, and it's a pencil-thin iPod Nano. Pencil thin.
I saw the pictures of it. I mean, it's what they should have made the iPod Mini.
Well,
A miniature version of the iPod.
yeah, but the problem with the iPod Mini is that it was using a little tiny miniature hard drive inside there.
That's the problem.
And they went to flash, and now it's much
Solid
smaller. Solid state. It's really cool. I bought one the second the store got updated, because you know how like, when they're doing their announcements, they take down the Apple Store for like an hour or so.
Yeah, right.
And then I was like, refresh. Come on, when's the Apple Store coming back up? Because I wanted to see what it looked like. I had heard that it was coming out. And yeah, there it was. It was this coolest looking thing in the world.
It looks
man.
pretty slick. My only thing is, like, I have an iPod.
Right.
And I rarely use it. I use it
I'm
now.
the same way with my shuffle.
Well, I never use a shuffle. Come on, you heard me last time.
Well,
how I
good
feel
for
with
the
a
gym.
shuffle. But I actually got for my birthday. My parents got me the little JBL little. I'm gonna call it a speaker halo. And it's really fun. I use it a lot now. Like whenever I'm doing something like cleaning up or doing the dishes, or something, I
Yeah.
just pop it on, jam it on shuffle or whatever.
Well, that makes sense. Well,
But I got my
you have a nice
iPod.
stereo though. Why don't you hook your iPod up to your stereo?
Well, because this is so much easier. I even have like in the bedroom. I have an old Bang & Olufsen stereo, which I got for free. Like, just not going to tell you the story because it involves somebody that I'm trying not to mention. But anywho, and then but it's such a pain in the butt because it doesn't recharge. So if I leave
doesn't charge it. Okay.
No. That the
that one
JBL
does,
does.
okay.
But like if I just plug it in with like using like a little headphone jack thing to the left-right,
Yeah.
it doesn't charge. So then I leave it there because I don't want to have to keep unplugging it, plugging it into the wall, plugging it into the thing, plugging it into the wall. So this is just a one-stop
Yeah.
shop. You just pop it in there. It's always charged.
That's cool.
I listen to my iPod now more than ever because I have that, and because I can't listen to it.
Yeah,
in the
but do you
car.
think-
I don't even want to talk about listening to it in the car.
Well, let me tell you what. The reason that I bought this is because,
You want to have it because it's cool.
yes, that was probably the first and foremost reason. I mean, that's the problem with Apple products, though. To be honest, like they're so freaking cool. This was like, I mean, it has complete functionality of an iPod.
Right.
Meaning that, well, not only does it's not like a mini in the fact that
But it's
it
color,
has a color
isn't it?
screen.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it's color.
So you can view your pictures on there. You
Yeah.
can sync it with Outlook and Outlook Express.
Who the hell wants to do that? I don't know.
Not really anybody, but it's
Why
there.
you need your contacts not in your cell phone but on your iPod?
I
don't know.
don't understand that either. But it is cool in the fact that you can actually browse. Unlike the shuffle, where you can't see what song's coming up next. Or
Oh, I think the shuffle was just a step backwards that they deftly advertised in everybody's favor.
it's a stocking stuffer, the shuffle.
Sure.
Yeah.
I still got mine. I got mine at the freeipods.com.
Oh, nice.
That's that one.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I have to say, totally got my parents hooked. I showed my dad the iPod, and then I got the Bose thing. You know that Bose?
Yeah, the little.
That is hot, and I showed my dad in the store. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, check it out, the Bose thing, blah blah blah. He bought 2 of the 40 gig iPods, one for him, one for my mom, and then 2 of the Bose things.
Wow.
One for our house in Virginia, and then one for our house down in San Diego.
Dude,
And
your dad's rich.
Yeah, he is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It happens.
You know what? He was a hard worker.
That's awesome.
We didn't start out that way.
Now, next story.
Next story. Also Apple. This is going to be like an all Apple first 2 stories. Apple iTunes 5 announced. 2,552 people dug this story, submitted by Boomga31. According to the live blogging to the live blogging going on all over Engadget right now. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Well, they had the announcement they were sitting there blogging it live. From the floor.
We're here. Blah, blah, blah. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. iTunes 5 has been announced by Stevie J and includes a cleaner display, better searching, and a new smart shuffle feature. And to tell you the truth, this is just. I could have made this up.
Well, yeah, this is the problem. This is like a point release. This is not a true upgrade. I do like the fact that they bundled QuickTime. The latest version of QuickTime 7 is finally available for the PC. For the longest time, it was a public preview, which really meant like alpha for the first public preview, and the second one was kind of like a beta. But it's nice because now, all the videos that we release through Diggnation are going to be H.264.
I always thought that they were.
You did?
Well, because I had to download it because I know a lot of people were putting it out in H.264, H.264, right? Anyway.
Yeah, which was great for the Mac side of folks because they all had the latest version of QuickTime 7.
Well, I actually ran into it when I was traveling last time to San Francisco. I downloaded Open Alpha, and I know we keep mentioning Open Alpha. It's just I wanted to see the second episode or whatever, and I couldn't watch it on my laptop because I hadn't installed.
The latest preview release.
And the thing that sucks is that for everybody else, you go, maybe I don't have the newest version, and then you go click update, and it says, oh, you have the newest version.
Right.
So then it's like, well, why can I not use it? It's like, well, because there is this sort of, shadowy QuickTime 7 that you can get if you know how to do it.
Right. It was very confusing. It didn't even say like you need QuickTime 7. Like maybe if they had added some type of error message, it would say, hey,
if you
by
want
the way,
this, get the public preview.
Exactly, but they didn't. So now it's fixed, which is cool because that means better quality, smaller file sizes for videos.
Oh yeah.
I think it's really cool. That's the cool thing about iTunes 5. Nothing else really wowed me about it.
Well, I mean, you even showed it to me. Like I downloaded it, not installed yet, but I downloaded it on my PC, but not on my laptop. And you were like, "Oh, check it out! Look at the new functionality." And I swear to God, when you opened it, I didn't think it was a new version. I was like, "That's exactly like iTunes."
Yeah, they've cleaned up.
They took out the bars in between.
Oh my
things.
gosh, this is freaking crazy.
What?
No, I jumped on your neighbor's wireless.
Oh, dude.
And now they have one of those little devices. What do they call those? Where you can plug into the Apple makes them. They're small. You can plug them into the TV so you can play your music through your stereo. The little tiny guys.
No, the wireless ones.
Yeah, but what are they called?
They're called the Jack Shops.
They're not. Come on, Keith. You know the answer to this.
The Apple Airport. No.
Yeah,
the
Airport Express. Airport Express. Okay, there we go. So the Airport Express. So I can send music now to your neighbor's TV.
I gotta tell Will.
Do you know who Will is? Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
I think he's my
awesome.
new neighbor.
Should we play some music on his TV? That's pretty awesome.
We should record some stuff like, shut off your TV! This is an unprotected wireless access point.
That's pretty funny.
Like in real time?
No, there's no way to send like a real-time stream to him. That would be kind of fun, though.
Dude, that would be awesome. It can't do shoutcast streams or anything?
Well, not to his device. It's cool though. I like the new interface.
It's cleaner, but
it's cleaner.
It does
but
nothing for me.
Point release. Next story, NerdTV is out. 1,189 people dug this story, submitted by Fernie B.
I love the description he puts.
Yes, this is the description. I haven't seen it yet, but it's out. And then the next line is, first Macintosh programmer ever. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
But I mean, obviously enough people knew what NerdTV was. It had been in the news for a while.
And this was the thing where they kept trying to release it, right? It was like they released it a couple different iterations of it.
Well, they were trying to get it out. I don't know. They were announcing that it was coming out, and people didn't know when it was coming out. But it has now officially been released. If you don't know what NerdTV is, it's put on by PBS. And it's really cool. You can actually download these videos, and this is only online. I believe it's only online, and it's all Creative Commons stuff.
Yeah.
And I really like the layout and what they did here because they did
It's long too, right? It's like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour video. It's really cool. The first interview they did was with the first Macintosh programmer ever, and they let you watch the entire show, and then they break it down to the juicy bit, the nerdy bit, MP3 audio, Ogg Vorbis audio, AAC audio, or the transcript. So they give you so many different ways to watch the same video. It is really cool, and it was
the juicy bit.
It was a somewhat slow download for me. A lot of people were hitting it at the same time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's really in depth. They take the time.
But it's just the one guy being interviewed, right?
It's just the one guy. And the next episode is going to be the founder of PayPal. And he's going to be talking about like he's created like 7 new companies now or something like that.
What?
He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
PayPal 2?
Yeah, well, no, not PayPal.
Sellpal?
PayPal 2.
Where do you have your money? Well, I have my money in PayPal 2.
Stupid.
Thanks, Kevin. That's sweet.
No, I mean, it was funny. Then the third interview they're going to have out, they put the release dates of when they're going to be out, is with the co-founder, Bill Joy, the co-founder of Sun Microsystems.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's going to talk about...
the joy of Unix?
He's the father of Berkeley Unix, yeah. I don't know, it's cool. And I guess he started off at International House of Pancakes, who knew? And then became the co-founder of Sun.
Everybody's got to be somewhere.
But
I worked at a county seat at one point.
What was your worst job ever?
Oh, I was a...
I'm trying to think about mine.
I was a concession stand guy at a movie theater, at a Cineplex Odeon in Vienna. Or Tyson Square.
I worked at Olive Garden.
Ooh.
I made the breadsticks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I've never worked in the food industry. It's one thing
I did it when I was like 15 and a half, and I got a work permit, so they only let you work so many hours per week.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I smelled like garlic like every single freaking night.
Well, at least you weren't being like a fishmonger or something.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
I'm back from the sea.
We're off topic. People are drinking.
Yeah, well, they always drink.
Yes.
That's what we do. My turn?
Yep.
All right. Next story, GoldenEye source preview. 1,204 people dug the story submitted by the Pope. Actually, the Pope is a Dig user. Not many people know that, but do you remember the Pope stuff from Family Guy? Where he's like, Pope, you have to get up. And he's like, I don't want to. And he's like, come on, Pope. And he's like, no, you can't make me.
Oh, man, I love Family Guy.
Family Guy. What do you get when you combine the classic gameplay of GoldenEye 007 on Nintendo 64 with the cutting-edge graphics of Half-Life 2? GoldenEye source, of course. This is awesome. I'm so excited because, as most people out there know, GoldenEye for the N64 was sort of really the birth of good first-person shooters on the console. It was sort of the first time that the gamer community really got behind a first-person shooter, and they had like multiplayer. It was the first time that multiplayer really hit the console. And I mean, I remember playing in college. My buddy had an old N64 because the PS2 had just come out, or the PS1 had just the PS1 had just come out. But now, if you look at the screenshots, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
so awesome. And
with that engine, though, I mean, look how
it
looks just kind of like, I mean, it's like Half-Life. I mean, quality-wise, Half-Life 2.
Yeah, totally. And what it's going to do is they're going to have like all these different. Basically, they're rebuilding GoldenEye.
So is it map for map? Like they're putting everything, same guns, same weapons?
They're trying, yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's a total conversion, so it's going to be like Counter-Strike.
Oh, nice. 22 weapons so far they have there.
22 weapons so far, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's really in-depth. If you look at what they've done, I mean, it must take for freaking ever. I mean, it takes EA long enough to put out a freaking GoldenEye game, let alone, or Rogue Eye or whatever the next one is. But they have really cool models of like, these like AK-47s or the KF-7 Soviet weapons, but they have like the pre-rendered, and then they show it rendered on like this craps table or like a blackjack table with all these like. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited.
But we should say this isn't put out by EA though. They're not.
Oh God, no! It's not put out by
anybody.
anybody.
Hack that somebody's.
Well, that's not a hack. Come on, it's a mod.
Yeah, mod.
But hopefully, if they're smart enough, it'll become like Counter-Strike, and those guys are freaking millionaires now.
Nice. Looks good. When is it gonna be out? Do you know?
12 years.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Let's do like 4 guys like, we haven't slept in 6 years. GoldenEye source. Yeah, I'm excited.
Nice. Next story, mystery bulge growing in Oregon. 1,034 people dug this story, submitted by Ivan JS. A bulge that is 100 square miles in size
That's a big bulge.
Has been steadily growing in Oregon. Scientists aren't quite sure what it is, but more than likely it's a new volcano trying to break through the surface.
Yeah.
That's a little scary.
Well, first off, it's scary that it's a volcano, or could be a volcano. I mean, when was the last time there was like a big volcano? I don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, we haven't had an eruption in the States for quite some time.
Especially not in Oregon.
No, Mount St. Helens just erupted a few years ago.
All right.
It did again?
Yeah.
Mount St. Helens erupted again?
I don't know. That's why we have Keith here.
Is that true,
Keith's the Chad of this whole thing.
Not big.
Fair enough. I guess Keith corrected us on this one. No, they say though that Oregon has 4 of the 18 most active volcanoes in the nation: Mount Hood, Crater Lake, Newberry, and South Sister. And this is kind of freaky though, because they really don't know. They're not quite sure what it is yet. But
so it could just be, that Oregon is getting a little aroused.
Well, I hadn't considered that yet.
Yeah,
but
bulge in Oregon. Maybe
it's 100 square miles is a little freaky though. That's pretty big.
That's a big bulge.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well,
hopefully it's not. We'll keep you posted. Stay tuned to Diggnation episode number 12 for Constant coverage of the bulge in Oregon.
That's right.
The organic bulge. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let's keep going. How's
All right.
that? Okay. Next story. How to bypass those annoying automated recordings at most major companies. 977 people dug this story, submitted by BV Graphics. Strategies on how to get directly connected to somebody with a pulse instead of listening to a damn recording at most major companies. Very interesting and helpful. This is really cool. What they did was they compiled a list of all the companies, or most major companies, and what it is that you have to do in order to bypass their automated, voice recognition information crap.
Yeah.
And it's really great. So they break it down like banks. So you have like Bank of America. If you want to call Bank of America, here's the number. You hit 0 twice after the menu choices play. Okay, good to know.
Easy enough.
Citibank, you hit 0. That's pretty straightforward. Here we go. Sovereign Bank. Personal bank, 1 for English, 1 for personal banking, then 3, enter a social security number, then number, £, then passcode, then £, then hit 0 between 1 and 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
They obviously do not want to pay somebody to answer phones.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Most of them are 0.
Most of them are 0, yeah.
But
I love this. Look at this. Cellular, AT&T Wireless. Here's the number. No easy escape.
yeah, they say they say the same thing for compact computer.
Oh,
no
well,
easy
yeah.
escape. That sucks. But this is cool because, like you said, it's the stuff that you call on a regular basis, like your credit cards or like AOL help or like your PC manufacturers.
Yeah, I love this. Nextel, press 0 5 times.
Yeah, it can get pretty crazy, but definitely dig this story and keep it in your bookmarks so that you can come back if you ever need to.
Yeah, if you have to call anybody, Comcast, Dish Network, PG&E, United, all the different travel people, it's pretty cool. Shopping people, FedEx, UPS, good.
Nice.
Yeah, good times.
Very useful.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Next story, Superman Returns trailer online. 970 people dug this story, submitted by OR Films. Superman Imagery put up a teaser trailer this weekend. The footage looks cool. And, we found out after the fact.
Yeah.
I watched it right away because I'm kind of a Superman fan.
You seem like it.
I like the originals.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something that was inappropriate.
Everything's appropriate. What were you going to say?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. So
I wonder what you're going to say.
I'm not gonna
How
tell you.
inappropriate can you be talking about the original Superman film?
No. So I tried.
I'm serious.
No, dude, I'm not gonna say it.
All right, tell me offline.
All right, well.
But anyway, we found
I tried to
out
go back.
You tried to get back?
I tried to get back to the movie, and it was gone. They took it offline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not an actual release. It was somebody, like these people cobbled together these clips from, I think at Comic-Con they showed like this trailer. I don't know how they got the footage, but it was basically leaked footage of the of what they were going to try to make the teaser trailer out of, but it wasn't an actual trailer, so these fans got together, and you can get a couple of them. Some of them stink up the place, but some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, the original one that I saw, I know that I was trying to find it for you so that you could see it, but it was one that was linked to on the Dig story. It was really good. I mean, Keith, we both thought it was real when we first saw it, right? I mean, I thought it was real.
Yeah, I thought
It looked really cool. It actually had footage from the movie itself.
I know, it looks
Where
good.
did they get that footage from? They said it was some.
It was the footage that they were going to use for making a teaser trailer.
Right.
So I don't know if somebody who maybe worked at the trailer company or whatever, because all those trailers are done by different companies, completely different companies.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're companies that all they do is make trailers.
Are you serious?
Which is why a lot of times you'll see shitty trailers, or trailers that have nothing to do with the movie. And then you'll see a movie, and it's like, well, this has absolutely not. The movie was so different than the trailer, and I think it's actually hurt a couple movies. Have you ever done that, where you see a trailer for a movie, and you're like, oh, this looks like crap, and then you see the movie, and you're like, I would have watched this movie.
That's the problem, though.
Wait, what was it? Oh God, what was one of them? Shoot, there's a couple that I remember. There was one. 13th Warrior. The 13th Warrior is a great example. If you watch the trailer, 13th Warrior was not Armando Sante. Antonio Banderas.
Oh, yeah, I never saw
and
that.
it was the one based on the People Eaters, I think it was called, the Michael Crichton book. It's a great movie if you see it.
What about the one with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie where they fight each other and they're assassins?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I thought, this sucks. I never went and saw it. Was it good?
No, the movie sucked.
No,
It sucked?
it was pretty much.
Okay, it
but
did suck.
that's a good example. There were actually scenes in the trailer that never made it into the movie, and I hate that. Because they haven't finished cutting the movie, they give the footage to the trailer people. But with that movie, if you watch the trailer, because it's done by the guy, I think it's not. Is it Ridley Scott? It might be. It's somebody who's no. It's the guy who did Die Hard. Who's the guy who did Die Hard? You're never gonna guess it because you don't give a shit.
I don't watch movies, dude. So I know Bruce Willis with it. I watched Die Hard.
That's not what I meant. But if the guy who shot Die Hard, who did Die Hard, did this movie, and I'll tell you right now, if you watch the trailer, it's all like this like techno music and people like running around on horses, and I was like, this looks like the cheesiest freaking movie. And then when I watch it, there's not a lick of freaking techno music. It's like Braveheart.
Oh, really?
It's an amazing movie. It's really fun.
Did you say 13th Warrior?
The 13th Warrior.
Right.
You got to check it out. It's a great
out.
movie. But that's a great example. Like the trailer company basically just screwed the whole movie because the trailer was so bad.
But I've seen some good trailers out there.
Isn't like one guy who does the voiceovers for that?
In a world.
Yeah, there's one guy that does the voiceovers.
Where nothing has turned his back on him. He turns his back on the world. There's some guy, he like makes so much freaking money. Because he just like, I can't remember his name, but he does like everything.
Who's the movie phone guy? You ever call him movie phone?
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to
Does
see,
it tell you how
press
to
one now. I actually have a friend. Oh, the guy who was my manager for a while. He had the same. His voice sounded exactly like that. And he was like, "Hello and welcome to my."
You kind of sound like him a little bit.
Yeah, when I do it.
Yeah. Next story.
Let's move on. Oh, it's my turn. Holographic projection screens used in Minority Reports. 761 people dug the story, submitted by WJM0139. Flows right off the tongue.
Nice.
The trans screen is a large-scale transparent imaging medium that efficiently displays projected video images, but lets you see right through to view real objects beyond, giving an audience a 3D experience of a high-resolution projected video images that appear to be floating in the air.
When you first look at this and you see the screen, it reminds me of like Star Wars Princess Leia.
Yes, but in color.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It looks really cool.
It looks really cool, and I looked into it a little bit more. They use this in the Minority Report, and they also use it in. Do you remember that TV show Century City that was on for like 5 seconds, about the like we're a law firm in 2015, and you know that because I have a Nehru shirt on.
I never saw that.
I hate that when they're like in the future people won't have collars.
That's right.
Like that's what makes people dress futuristic. Anyway. Good show, but they used it a couple times. But basically, what happens is that it's not 3D technology. Like when you first were like, "Ooh, this looks like a good thing," I looked into it and I was like,
the pictures
"Oh my
look
God,
3D.
It looks great." But what it really is that it tricks the eyes. The reason why you see something in 3D, the reason why your brain comprehends it in 3D, is because there are multiple focal points.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if I'm looking at the tip of the camera, my surround sound speaker is out of focus. So my brain says the surround sound speaker is not as close to me as the camera. Well, when you're watching a movie, almost everything's it's all in focus, and even if it's out of focus, you can't look and see it in focus. So your brain never believes that it's in 3D. What this technology does is it allows you to display a video image on a screen that's transparent.
Right. So you're seeing the objects behind it.
Even if there's like a stick behind it, your brain will immediately think that the whole image it's seeing is three-dimensional.
And the pictures even look 3D. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the pictures are really cool. And then there's like this thing where the guy, like you can go into a booth and it shows you a picture.
It's witchcraft.
Oh, that's weird.
It's witchcraft. No, it's actually science, Keith.
It's weird how they use like big-breasted women for their demos. Do you notice that?
Yeah, why is that weird?
I mean, it's not weird. I'm just saying, like, you know,
Wouldn't
that's
you?
like, well, they're trying to sell their product.
when
I
we
guess
do- if
they
we
need
do
to
like
invest in a web designer, though.
The 3D effect. That's awesome. If we do like a video intro for Diggnation, it'll have to be just like chicks dancing on
It
the
looks
beach.
pretty cool, though. I would definitely buy one of these if you could project like standard. But the problem is that I mean, you must use special video for this. I mean, you can't. You have to shoot it on
I don't know. It seems like. I mean, the only thing is that of course you'd have to have a background that would drop out. I mean, maybe that's what it is. Is that they do it like on a blue screen and pull the whole background out so that it's projecting onto the blank area, but there's nothing to project. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely check the website out though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Lasermagic.com. Laser-magic.com. Anyway.
Next story. Create an X-Wing from a subway ticket. 807 people dug the story, submitted by Larson.io. Next time you're in the subway with an X-Acto knife, a flat surface, and permission from the transit police, go for it. This is pretty crazy because, you know, like, I mean, the standard issue, like, subway tickets, when you walk through, you get this little tiny ticket, it's like, you know, 3 inches by like 2 inches. this guy spent so much time.
It's ridiculous.
It is insane. There is like probably about, I don't know, what, 30 pictures, step-by-step instructions.
Oh, yeah. And he's like making little itty bitty slices and folds and stuff like that.
Little tiny cuts and folds, and eventually comes out with this like pretty kick-ass.
Oh, it looks exactly like the top.
Little X-Wing, yeah. And it's got like the little guns and everything. Like the detail is
and it's only like this big.
Yeah, well, people at home can't see that.
Well, if they download the video, they can.
Oh, that's right. Get the video version.
Like this.
It's pretty cool though.
It is. The guy's French, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a Parisian.
Waste of time?
Yes.
Maybe. But,
pretty cool. Good.
Yeah.
Gonna get you women? No.
No, really.
No, on multiple levels.
Did you try? The only thing that sucked about it, though,
I
man,
didn't try to do it.
No, I clicked. No, I wouldn't try to do it. It'd take forever.
Oh.
But I tried to click through the website, and they have these little tiny like thumbnail previews, right?
Yeah.
And then you click through to them, and it's like Image Shack has gone over the allotted bandwidth.
Man,
what's up with Image Shack?
Use Image Dump. Forget Image Shack.
Have you used Image Dump before?
Yeah.
Is it? Do they have any bandwidth restrictions?
I don't know, but I've never run into them. So forget you, Image Shack.
Yeah, I've never.
No, don't
used
go to Image Shack. Go to Image.
Well, I just
Dump.
want to see what this whole Image Shack thing was about.
It's not even Image Shack. It's not even there. I'll forget it.
Oh well. Anyway,
I'm. You know what?
Anyway, if you go
done.
to the Dig article, you can check out the little tiny pictures. It is pretty cool to look at.
Yeah, it's really cool. Plus, it comes out. It's like,
Tiny.
you know. Cool. Next story. 22 megapixel camera with built-in 40 gigabyte hard drive. This is sort of like a why would you do this? 692 people dug the story submitted by Edifi Quest. I guess that's cool. Mm-hmm. The new Hasselblad H2D captures images at 5440 by 4080, 22.2 megapixels, has a built-in 40 gigabyte hard drive, and only costs about $2,700.
This is crazy.
It's first off, the camera is frickin' I mean, it looks like.
100 or 1,000?
I'm sorry.
100 or 1,000?
100 or what? 1,000 what?
2,700?
27,000.
1,000, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did I say 1,000 or 100?
You said 100. It's $27,000.
Yeah, 2,700. I'd buy one tomorrow. Although again, what's the image on the back of the picture?
Yeah. What do you mean on the back of the picture?
Like on the back of the picture.
Oh,
of
the little LCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's cool because they kept the old school.
Dude, no, forget
what?
it. Go ahead. No, just keep talking.
What image?
It's cool. They kept the old
school like a Hasselblad like format, like form factor, which is kind of cool. But I had no idea they even made digital cameras.
Hasselblad.
Yeah.
Yep. Expands digital offerings. They must have had
22 megapixels. I don't know who would need such a.
Probably photographers.
Yeah. Good call.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool. There's like lots of interesting statistics I could tell you, but mainly it's good.
Yeah, it has a compact flash for recording and also a FireWire hard drive.
Cool.
You can hook up to it as well.
And lithium-ion rechargeable battery.
Nice.
And flash memory,
Comes
0
with
megabytes.
0 megabytes.
No internal. I like this. No internal microphone, but an internal speaker.
Yes.
In case you need to project out the cool stuff you can't record. I'm like, what's that all about?
I think they got the.
It's probably just so it can do that like.
Yeah. Oh, you're probably right.
You know what I mean? Like, how dorky is that? I mean, it's awesome, but whatever.
All right.
Tripod mount, remote control, yes, and it's tethered. Remote control is tethered.
Nice.
We should just read the stats. I don't
know,
know,
dude,
I don't know what else to say.
No, it's the first 22 megapixel camera I've ever seen. I had no idea they even made them that big, but it's a little bit pricey.
A little out of my range at 27K.
Yes. So I think that's it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
That's all the stories.
Do we have anything going on?
Oh yeah, I have. I want to tell people about a couple of new Dig users. Well, not new Dig users, but users that I would like to tell people about.
Okay, a couple.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Patrick Norton from Tech TV signed up for a Dig account,
Nice.
so you can see.
Is it Patrick Norton?
Yes, it is.
Very nice.
I'm surprised somebody didn't grab that. But you can see what he's been digging and what he's been submitting and all that stuff in his profile, dig.com/users/Patrick Norton. And then Jason Calacanis, who is the CEO of Engadget and Hackaday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Weblogs Inc.
Yeah.
You know those guys. They have tons of cool stories. He actually uses Dig quite a bit. He's been using it for like months now.
Oh, wow. What's his username?
JDawg. So JDAWG.
Nice.
And so, check out what the stuff he's been digging. It's kind of cool. He finds some interesting stories from time to time. What? It's sweaty, dude. It's hot in here.
I couldn't help it. I just looked over and you had this like, bead of sweat coming down your forehead.
Apartment sucks, man.
Dude!
Why is it so
It's because
hot
Keith
here?
closed the door. We didn't have the door closed at freaking
Keith, there's
San
not
Fran.
that much noise out there, man. We just get the door open.
The helicopters are fine. Well, I wanted to say something as well. I'm actually, I started hosting a show for MMO Radio.
Yes.
Yes.
The
it's called SWAC.
MMORPG type show.
MMORPG type show. Yeah, it's a weekly show that we talk about the Star Wars galaxies. It's out on MMO Radio and pretty soon SWG Radio.
What do you talk about in Star Wars Galaxies?
We talk about Star Wars Galaxies.
But I mean, like, what is there to talk about? You're
we talk about
killed a guy.
No, we talk about like new patches and changes that they're going to bring in and expansion packs and stuff like that. We just sort of bitch and moan about what's going on and what the players want. And it's actually going to be part of the SWG Radio, which is going to be the official radio station, internet radio station for Sony Online.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of like a legit thing. And I have to say, it's the guy DJ Snowball that I met up in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have to say, it was interesting because like they kept going like, well, we want you to be like a weekly correspondent. Like, you know, could you do like a weekly interview? You know, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, that sounds fine. And the next thing I know, they're like, so you're co-hosting this new show? And I was like, all right.
That's
yes,
cool.
I am.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we have fun. We're gonna record the second episode tomorrow.
Good things coming up in Galaxies?
Sure. Yeah.
Nice.
We don't need to talk about it here.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody really cares.
All right. I really don't care.
That's
either.
why I have a whole nother show.
Yes. All right. So find the stuff I dig each week. Dig.com/users/Kevin Rose.
And my stuff is at dig.com/users/Alex Albrecht. And of course, you can always check out what we've talked about in the top stories at either www.diggnation.com. It's on the right. Mm-hmm. Very cool for Ron to put that in, which we talked about last week. Or you can check out the Diggnation user profile at www.digg.com, digg.com/users/Diggnation.
There we go.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Cool, that's it for this edition of Diggnation. We'll see you next week. I'm Alex Albrecht.
What's that buzzing noise?
It's my cell phone.
Okay, now I'm Kevin Rose.
See you later. You're totally gonna run out of battery. Let's go.
Oh, shit. You're absolutely right. I am gonna run out of battery.
Well, hurry up. I'm gonna run out of battery. Let's go. Let's go. Chop suey. Come on, people.
Why am I still sick? It's been a week.
How you all doing?
What's that?
Good times.
Are you recording now?
Billy Crystal is the second coming of Christ. No, that's horrible.